little black girl. Can't always believe what you see. It doesn't mean...
Thank you very much.
Now, I told you all we were shifting gears, right? On May 10th, it is Lupus Day. And as I shared, I had an aunt who passed away from lupus, and I never had the privilege to meet her, but I love my cousins, all three of whom my grandmother not only raised but adopted as her own daughters. So they share a special place in my grandmother's heart forever. Nobody can compete with that, nor would I ever try. But, when I think of lupus, I want us to be educated in a special way in support of survivors and those that are wanting to make sure that we share the message. And who's on the live line is Shakita James, a lupus warrior, and is a cast member in a film that she's going to tell us all about.
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm proud of you, honestly. Not even having met you, but I get to see your face. But I'm proud of you. So tell me, what does a lupus warrior have to do to take these steps? Because you are in some big shoes, and you are walking tall and strong. So what does a lupus warrior consist of?
Courage, strength, motivation, and gratefulness. Because there was a time when I couldn't even get out of bed, honestly. So, for them 10 years, it was a journey, but at the same time, it was a breakthrough as well. So it's all about, it's a mental thing. So once you get your mental right and you just trust the process, God will bring you through.
And I appreciate hearing that. And who's with you is Minister Hood and Be Poetic. So, Minister Hood, I want to welcome you into the space and ask your role in support of Ms. James and her journey.
Oh, yes. Well, first and foremost, I want to say that everything that we're presenting today is to the glory of God. It's about awareness and outreaching and offering resources. And then just like my pastor, Elder Gail Williams, preached Sunday, take a stand. Take a stand. We are there to be a voice for not only our sisters, our queens, but for the world on today.
And thank you for that. And Be Poetic, I want to raise you up into the conversation as well and learn your role in supporting Ms. James, our lupus warrior.
Yes, I will actually be introducing Ms. James this weekend at the event. And my role is I work with small businesses or people that want to start businesses. And if they have any forms of struggles, whether in their personal lives or just trying to get out there, I would assist them with that. I'm also a Chicago poet, so I tend to take my experiences and the experiences of other people and put them into poetry so that everyone can relate and everyone can have sort of an eye-opening experience into someone else's experience. And I also have a decor business where we work with children, hospitals, different types of events to make sure that we can bring that vision out for that event in decor form with my mom.
All right, well, I appreciate it. So, Shakita, walk us through, your journey. I would like to learn a little bit more about your diagnoses and, how you arrived at this moment in your life, especially before you take the stage on World Lupus Day.
My journey began, or my diagnosis began, I joined the military, took the depot shot. Depot shot triggered lupus, and then I went through everything I had to go through to get diagnosed and got retired out due to lupus. I got medically retired. Went through for 10 years of the hard battle of it. I died in 2012, and when I crossed over God and the ancestors said, go back. It ain't your time. Go back to be a face for your people. And this is the avenue that they put me on, acting and modeling. Which is, I'm a shy person, so I was never a camera person or wanted to be in the forefront. But God said, you have done your work, so let me work for you. And once I went into remission, they led me here. I tried to fight it for a year and a half. But, ancestors, they'll nag you until you move your feet. So they told me to leap and leap, have faith, and I leaped, and this is where they have brought me, and my journey has been going well. So it's not a dream, it's a purpose for me, and I feel like if you walk in your purpose, then God is going to take care of you.
If I may, because I want to unpack a lot of what you said. So genetically, are you the only person in your family with lupus?
No, that I know of. I have one cousin that has it that I know of. It's never been a topic in our family, as in health wise, So, mine was triggered by lupus. So I don't know if it was already in me, like the trait or something. But no one, just that one cousin.
And is that maternal or paternal?
That's paternal.
Paternal.
Well, both. My parents didn't know they were cousins, so it could be either. It could be from either end.
Okay.
My niece, she they think she has the trait of it because her mother had it, so she has the trait of it in her. But I doubt it came from my side.
And then when I heard you, when you say your lupus was triggered by the Depo shot, are you talking about Depo-Provera?
Yes, ma'am.
And then for those that are listening, Depo-Provera was a shot that was given, and I don't know if you were taking it just for just contraceptive. Some folks took it for a lot of reasons.
Menstruation.
Menstruation. Mm-hmm. So it acne, menstruation control, contraceptive. It was a lot of reasons why folks were taking the Depo, and I believe it's been discontinued, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And then who helped you link it to the Depo-Provera? Is that you, or was that clinical?
It was clinical.
Really? That is very interesting. That's why I want to take a step back and dial back. And this was in 2012, when you say you made a transition, what are you referring to? What happened?
Well, my doctor, I was still in the military at the time, but they wanted me to, no, I wasn't out. I was out at the time. But it was weaning me off of, I went to remission, and they was weaning my body off of pain meds. So they was giving me a ketamine drip. But the doctor, before he put it in my IV, he took a little baby syringe and put a little bit in my IV to see how it affects me. Because he said it could cause you to hallucinate and go, see things, all that good stuff. So he did that, and when he did it, I didn't wake up. That was like 7 in the morning. I didn't wake up till 10, 11 o'clock at night. And I was wondering what my day went. They wouldn't tell me. But pretty much I died off of ketamine and administered by the doctor. And they wouldn't tell me till the next day until I saw my specialist.
I'm sorry, but I am grateful you're here to tell this story. So you are listening to Shaquita James, our lupus warrior, who will take the stage on Lupus Day, May 10th, 3521 South King Drive. And when we come back, we're going to give an invite to our listening audience that is empowered by your story and motivated to do something. We'll be back after this break.
You're listening to Cleopatra Draper. We're the talk of Chicago, WVON.
The first day I began walking was the first day I began dancing. The closest thing to any dance lessons for me was street dancing. Once I learned the basics, I tried to take it to a whole nother level, and I can still feel myself evolving. The evolution of dance.
You are listening to the Midday Show. If you need a girl to ride, I got Shaquita James on the live line. She's a lupus warrior, and she is debuting on the world stage for Lupus Day on May 10th, located at 3521 South King Drive. She was just giving us her testimony to how she arrived in this moment and what defines her as a warrior. She's already told us. And as we raise her up, I want you to give us a reason why folks should come out and support, especially if they just want to learn more. Why is it so important for us to learn about lupus, Ms. James?
Because it's a silent disease, I believe, because we didn't, even when I got diagnosed with it, I had no knowledge that it even existed. I remember hearing it like when I was like maybe 8, 9 years old back in the 80s, but it wasn't like a big thing out there. And it's important for us as Black women because it affects us a lot more than it does other races. So come out, hear the story, hear the importance of knowing, having the knowledge of lupus, because it's critical. There's a lot of diseases out there that's critical, but this one is hard to find because it mimics sickle cell, it mimics cancer, it mimics MS just based off the symptoms that you get from it. So I had to go through 8 out of 10 symptoms before they can actually say, hey, you got lupus. And I, like the sac of my heart, pericarditis, the sac of my heart would inflame. I got all the itises. I'm just saying that. I got all the itises within that 1 year before they actually diagnosed me.
And what year was this? What year were you officially diagnosed?
It started in 2002, but I didn't get diagnosed until 2003.
Wow. So you've been at this 23 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, God is good. I'm going to tell you, I was just sharing with my producer, Sonia, the story about my aunt. Lupus took her so swiftly. She had 3-armed babies. I love my cousins, especially my cousin Salt. That's my favorite cousin. But, she didn't have a fighting chance. So here you are in 2025. You are a warrior. You're taking the world stage, and you are a champion for those that deserve an opportunity to live. And I thank you for it.
I appreciate you, and absolutely, I wouldn't wish it on anybody.
I'm sure you wouldn't. I feel your spirit. But you keep fighting so that you can write these stories, because it's stories like yours that we desire more than anything to uplift, which is why you are standing on some broad shoulders with Be Poetic, who's going to introduce you, and then Minister Hood, who I believe is praying for you and others like you. So, ladies, as we close out, because I am telling folks 3521 South King Drive is where they need to be. What time do they need to be there, Minister Hood?
Well, the event will start at 5:30, but the doors will be opening about 4 or what have you, as people come in and we get prepared for the spectacular event, bringing the awareness of this disease and offering resource and encouragement to everyone, and just plead for people to take a stand, like I said, be a voice, so that we can be able to outreach to others. And it's with my organization, the I Can Outreach Community Organization, one of the mottos is I can, you can, we can all do this together, fight this disease, fight issues, and be there to bring an awareness. I want to say to the world, and when I say to the world, because we have these social medias, y'all. Mm-hmm. We have the social medias and all different platforms to bring an awareness of this disease. And I'm so proud of Miss Jones. I let her know. I can't wait to see her on Saturday.
Can't wait to meet y'all.
Ms. James, yes. And then Be Poetic. I know you are going to be debuting our Lupus Warrior. What do you want to do to encourage folks? What do you want to say? Come on, be poetic.
For the Beauty Redefined event, I really want to say that this event is to empower Black women and all of the issues that we face. So I always want to be like a ray of sunshine when I'm at events. So if anyone needs to talk, or if anyone just wants to tell their story, I'm sure we're all there, but I'm there definitely to be a listening ear. And I want everyone to know that the journey to the end might be rough, but it's worth it in the end. So,
well, thank you, ladies. Shaquita James, it was an honor to meet you, and I wish you nothing but the best on your special day. All right, Lupus Warrior. Yeah. Go take on the world, and thank you all for joining and supporting her.
little black girl.